Good morning. How are you guys? We want to sing that John Legend song. How many of y'all remember that song by John Legend? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, love. Is my favorite love song. I waited all night long for morning. Good morning, love. John said, before you start the day, dear, I'm whispering in your ear. Good morning, yeah. Mm. Good morning, love. Oh, Good morning. How are you guys? I had to bring my mic out. Good morning. It may not be morning when you're watching this, but it's morning right now for me. Okay. Good morning. So, how have you guys been? It has been a while. While I've been away, I have been growing, developing, and I'll be honest, I had so much footage from January until now that I started, recording a lot of footage in December, November, and even in January. And when I say nothing turned out right, one video, no sound, another video, there was no, the outfit did not turn out the way that I wanted it to. Um, and in other videos, my equipment. Other times I tried, to record videos. My equipment, it just it went out on me. So I felt like, at some point we have to say, okay, God, I feel like God was putting me on a sacred pause, and I just, He pressed pause on this thing for me. So I just took some time to rest. I've been resting for the last couple of months, actually, and I've been in a very good place. I've been working on several different projects and started school to learn some new skills to grow and develop here. So I am so happy to be back. I mean, I never went anywhere, but I'm so happy to be here with you guys on today. Ooh, I and this time that I've been away, I celebrated a birthday and I wore these spicy little pumps. And I tried, so of course you guys heard me talk about the heel shoes where I often said that I'm not going to wear shoes like this anymore simply because they just don't agree with me. I decided to try slingbacks, and I actually had a very good experience in these ASOS slingback heels. Okay, so for those of you who are not familiar with me, if this is your first time to my channel, I am Jenny, and I am a human just out here being honey. Dropping the titles and all of that. I am a human out here being. You hear me? Thank you so much for joining me. And for those of you who are familiar with me, welcome back. I missed you. Did you miss me? All right, so let's get into the pros and cons of this ASOS slingback heel. Now, I don't know if you guys have watched any of my previous videos about, my experience with pointed toe, pointed heels. Excuse me, not pointed toes. These are pointed toe shoes with pointed heels. If you haven't watched my videos, shame on you. Go back and watch. But I did a review on one of Tort's lace pumps, and I swore off, honestly, pointed heeled shoes simply because they didn't properly fit my foot. They were not comfortable. They would flop in the back. It was just a whole big debacle. If I went up, the shoe was too tight. If I went down, the shoe was too big and for my heel. So it was just a mess. If you've ever experienced that, listen, slingbacks may be a very nice alternative to that issue. Okay, so let's get into the pros and cons of this shoe. So some of the pros are I did not feel unstable in these heels. In previous videos, I talked about how pointed heeled shoes kind of they did just that. They pointed, but then they leaned. And of course, I don't know if it's because of my size. I don't know if it's because of the shape of my foot, because I do have flat feet. I'm not really sure what the overall cause of the issue was, but I'm thinking it had to something a little bit to do with the design because I still have flat feet and these shoes did not lean once. I felt very stable in these shoes. The slingback, it doesn't have a lot of give. However, this is a 9. This is a, oh, ASOS, y'all don't have sizes on your shoes. I'm going to say this is a 9, size 9. I did not go to a 10 because I didn't, the bigger the shoe is, the longer that point look. And it's just, the longer this part of the shoe becomes. And sometimes it can be disrespectfully pointy. We almost in there. You see that's in the grand scheme of the shoe. That point is it's starting to look a little awkward. And so I did not want to go up. Since ASOS didn't do half sizes in this particular shoe. So a size 9 was perfect. I was able to wear these shoes for about an hour and a half, which leads me to the cons. Of course, when we're talking about pointed toe shoes, it's definitely going to kind of constrict the foot, the toes, excuse me, not the foot, but the toes. And so being my feet being confined to a shoe like this for an extended period of time is not comfortable. I think, the more I wear them and over time, I may be able to tolerate them for a little bit longer, but an hour and 30 minutes was pretty much my max. And I was in these heels for like 5 hours, I think, but that was with me sitting. So that's the good thing about being able to relax the feet. I know for the beginning of my outing, I was standing and walking and talking, and I'm going to say overall that standing, walking, and talking was about an hour, and they were starting to holler. I'm giving the last 30 minutes to that trip to the bathroom and then the walk to the car because you kind of socialize. I was socializing with friends prior to leaving, and so yeah, about an hour and 30 minutes max with this shoe. The point was very uncomfortable. Now I will say the sole of the shoe, of course we know there's only so much padding you can put into a shoe like this, but I would love, I know this is a midi heel, so I have to be mindful of the design of the shoe. Maybe if it was a higher heel, then they may consider doing this, but a platform on the sole of the shoe probably would have made it so much more comfortable and tolerable. But these shoes are also not meant to be worn for an extended period of time. But, for the girlies like me that like to walk around in their heels all day, these are some solid shoes. Like I had no concern about, the ability for these to hold up over time. It seems like a very solid made shoe. Also, the strap did not bite the back. That's a pro. I forgot to mention that. I'm sorry. Sometimes these straps can kind of like dig in. I say it bites your heel because it kind of leaves like those marks on the back of your heel. Some that if the shoe, no matter how well the shoe is made, that slingback can leave a mark on the back of that heel. One, if the shoe is too small, or if the straps aren't adjusted. With this, there was no adjustment, so I wasn't able to adjust it, but it fit perfectly on the sole of my foot. So on my heel, excuse me, on my Achilles heel. So I had no issues with it kind of digging into my skin. That part was not uncomfortable. Actually, it helped because when I needed to take them off, they came right on off. Yeah, no issues. That could be beneficial for those of us like me who don't like to drive in heels, or when your shoe get uncomfortable. Hey, we gotta sit this. She needs to sit to the side. So that is my um, this is my review. I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm looking right at the paper. This is my review on ASOS pointed heeled midi pointed heel shoes. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know. Let me know what you think. What type of heels I should review